we're off for the Austrian Grand Prix.
We're Green Flag Racing here at Boston.
Let's get this show on the road.
Going to lead us up through the gears, and let's go racing at the Brickyard.
Andrew Miller's going to come home to win the Austrian Grand Prix.
About the final corner, John Andrews will get 2 in a row. He wins at the New Jersey Motor Speedway.
Coming to the checkered flag, who's going to win the Independence 500? Brett Crawford steals it away on the final corner.
Down the front straightaway to the checkered flag. Who's it going to be? Arthur Xavier in the photo finish.
Welcome to the NOFSRL. After a long off-season of build-up, we finally arrive back here at the World Center of Racing. After a week of build-up here, New Smyrna, the duels, and now, race number 1 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Trinity River Cup Series. We are here at the Daytona International Speedway for the 4th annual Daytona 500. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a gorgeous day here in the Sunshine State, and we are ready here to kick off the 26 race season here. 50 laps around this 2.5 mile high-banked tri-oval super speedway. It is going to be a fun one for sure. Joined alongside Brennan Wilmington and Derek Hamill for the call of this race. Derek, we'll go ahead and start with you. This is your home racetrack here, and what can we expect here with these warmer but also kind of cooler conditions, kind of right in the middle, hot or warms here? So what can we kind of expect here coming into the Daytona 500 today?
Well, I mean, we're going to see 3 and 4 wide racing a lot, as evident from the duels, I presume. Yeah, probably as evident for duels. Whoopsie. 3 and 4 wide. Hopefully they'll be clean and not, completely murder each other on lap 5. But yeah, I think they'll have a good race. 3 and 4 wide racing, good racing all throughout the pack. Wrecking because Daytona. Yeah.
We'll have to see how it goes down here. A lot of drivers here in contention for this. Obviously a 40-car field. Only one returning winner of the race here in the field, and that is Kanan Biller, the Season 2 champion of the Daytona 500 over there at the 81 car for Fitzwater Collins Racing. Brennan, do you think that Biller is a guy who might be able to march his way up through the field and win today? He is coming off of a Mac Tools IROC championship here not too long ago, and he has a few wins in his career in this series as well. What do you think he could do to get his way up to the front here in the Daytona 500?
Well, I mean, feel like getting to the inside lane should be a priority for a lot of these guys that are starting in the back, but it would also be getting to the inside lane at the right time because it's a long race, 50 laps. I feel like anybody out of this race can win it. But I would definitely look at the veterans. That they would be much like Kanan Biller to possibly make a charge at the win. It's got to be there by the end. A calm, collected race for the first 2/3 and there by the end.
We'll have to see how it goes. Of course, the veterans, talking about one of them, we'll bring up here real quick. Keegan Thompson almost swept Speedweeks last year. He won New Smyrna, won the duel, finished 5th in the 500. That is not something we'll have to worry about keeping track of this season, with Eric Monaco winning the Clash and Thomas Troxel and Ethan Lewis winning the 2 dual races, so nobody is looking to sweep the Speedweeks this year. But even then, it's going to be extremely competitive. It's going to be a fun race here at the World Center of Racing. So let's go ahead and get these cars rolling here for Season 4. And the engines fire here at Daytona. 40 cars going to roll off the pit road here for the 4th annual Daytona 500. It is Thomas Troxel, rookie over there for Team Velocistar in the 16 Sonic outlet, starting along the 54 of the Diego Vasquez entry, the 54 of Ethan Lewis. In row number 2, we find Andrew Williams in the 50 for Dracoan Racing Enterprises, alongside the 88 of rookie Mitchell Henderson for the Nelson Motorsports team. In row number 3, we find returning veteran from last season, Will Parrish, in the 02 for the Zachary Fitzwater and Mitchell Collins outlet, Fitzwater Collins Racing, alongside the 27 Buick Regal of Roberto Crown Jr. for Logan Sport. In row 4, we find Ace Garcia, returning after a 2-season absence. Haven't seen him since Season 1. He's back for Season 4 with the Team Velocistar boys, alongside the 59 of rookie out of Team Ninja Rapids, Kyle McLeese. In row 5, rounding out the top 10, we find the Trinity River Racing number 23 of Chase Harris, starting alongside the 97 of Blackout Motorsports, Colin Teague. Both of them rookies there in the 5th row. Alright, so let's go ahead and do our picks to win the race. Brennan, we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to win the Daytona 500?
Let's see, let me pick somebody random out of this. Trey Wright is going to win this. That's who I think is going to. Or my also, or what's my creative decisions behind that?
Alright, we'll have to see how that goes. Derek, how about you? Who you got winning?
Well, I'll go with my good buddy Tom Stroxley. You know, we bantered a bit in the clash in the booth, talking about which province can is better. I mean, I think the Alberta boy can get something done here today.
Green flag is in the air here at Daytona. Let's get this show on the road here in Season 4 of the Trinity River Cup Series. We are getting really racy already here at Daytona. Already a couple of lead changes on the first lap of the race. Will Parrish from the inside of the second row leads lap number 1 of the Daytona 500.
Comes the 23 of Chase Harris, who started in 9th. He's trying to go from 9th to 1st in a lap and a half, as there's already a bunch of 3 wide all throughout the pack. That's the 8th. Nelson that's pushing him, and now Nelson himself will try and get the lead. He himself has a push. Another Trinity River car, the Sam Oskin.
Oskin there, a 3-time winner 1 season ago in this series. Homestead, Las Vegas, and the Indianapolis race, as he almost turned Brock Nelson to the inside. The 18 of Nelson will lead lap number 2 on to lap number 3, and here comes Waco, Texas, as John Andrews there in the JBL colors for Blackout Motorsports, right to the inside of Sam Oskin.
Andrews, my bad, there in that JBL machine with a heck of a push from that green car. Can't quite tell who it is. Wait, I think that car's green. Hey.
It is green, don't worry.
Cool. As he goes to the inside with help, I believe that's the 52 machine. That is, I don't have a machine. Oops.
Garcia.
Yeah, Ace Garcia with a run from help from another car.
Alex Lozano in the 4 there on the inside as they're 3 wide for the race lead through the tri-oval. Nelson leads another lap at the line. Andrews leading that inside lane. A 4-car train right now, but Teague and the boys from 5th on back on the inside looking to join the freight train along the inside lane. They're trying to go 4 wide up front. Andrews up a little higher with the 55 of Dale Lightning. The 18 of Brock Nelson there. Chase Harris in the middle of the second row there. Looks like everybody got slowed up enough where they didn't have to worry about causing a big melee. Oh, well, they tried it again.
Racing. Oh, boy. The
contact
5 and the
between
55 got into each other.
They are getting super racy here early on. Again, cooler conditions here. It's about 60 degrees, and there's not really a stiff wind blowing right now. But the grip is absolutely tremendous right now. That's why we've seen so many daredevil moves already here in the first 5 laps of this one, playing out almost how the start of last season's race did, despite using a similar racing package that we had in Season 2. Now Ace Garcia, though, to the inside there in the Silver Patron number 52 Mercedes. But on the outside comes the Dodge of Dale Lightning with a big push from Brock Nelson and Samit Ozgen.
Ozgen almost went to the inside there, Nelson, but Nelson will almost go down to the inside lane, block Garcia. No, he'll not. He'll go to the extreme outside, try to get by the 55 machine. Not gonna. Ozgen's gonna get by in the middle, it looks like.
Yes, he will. A tremendous slingshot by Samit Ozgen. He's going to get down to the inside of the entire field here, and he's going to go for the race lead. He'll be down there on Dale Lightning all by himself. No draft coming down there, so you got to believe Lightning's going to have the run on the outside. Maybe not, as Brock Nelson goes to the inside there in the super cheap auto colors.
A couple of Toyota Camrys on the bottom, and Ozgen's going to taking the lead away from Dale Lightning. Ace Garcia down there on the bottom trying to help these get up to the front, but they're side by side for the lead. Double wide for about 4 rows back until you get to the third action. 97 of Colin Teague, the 78 of Scott Upton, and the 32 of Jacob Thibodeau.
There in the middle between Teague and Upton. Teague's going to have the run on the inside there, coming from the Season 2 champion of the 500 and the series, as Brock Nelson goes to the inside, leaving Samit Ozgen out to dry. And behind, maybe a little jam up? No, they're keeping it clean, but Ace Garcia and Alex Lozano with the push on the inside of a Velocity Mercedes and a Buck Racing Ford Mustang there on the inside. Colin Teague trying to get down to the inside there, fourth in line. Kanan Biller trying to shove him out wide.
To the inside by the 97 of Colin Teague. And on the bottom, 3 wide for quite a bit. He's been making his way. He has the number
81.
81. That is Kanan Biller, who we talked about in the pre-race show. His way all the way up inside the top 10.
Season 2 Daytona 500 winner and series champion. He's the only returning Daytona 500 winner we have here in the field today. The returning champion to the series, we have Trey Smith, who won last season's championship, dominating fashion. In the second half of the season, he won it by 53 points, which, since we had 42 charters last season, that was 5 points over a race worth of points, so he absolutely dominated, and he makes the move over to Nelson Motorsports after closing down Arctic Racing. Not really running up towards the front right now. He's inside the top 25 right now, but still, you know, things change a lot here at these super speedways. There is a lot of cycling that goes on here. He could very well find his way up towards the front here in the later stages of the race, as we're on lap 10 here in the 4th annual Daytona 500. We made it 12 laps last season without having a caution. We made it only a lap and 3/4 in Season 2. And same for Season 1, so they're doing pretty well so far, despite all this craziness that's going on, to mind their P's and Q's.
Now Nelson looks to the inside of Ozgen, I believe. That is Ozgen, yes, I was correct. But with help from, Garcia doesn't go with them. Garcia goes to the extreme inside. Nelson has help from the 5 JBL machine of John Andrews, and now Garcia with help from the 4 Donut Media colors of Alex Zano, being pushed by a 97 machine. He's going to be able to push Garcia to the lead down the Daytona Superstretch.
How about 5th in line there? Rookie to the series, but not a rookie in the NOFSRL. Nicholas Samadio in the Advanced Auto Parts colors there for Blackout Motorsports, as they're going to make it work ahead. That was very close. But Samadio, rookie to the series, working his way up towards the front here at Daytona. We've seen this before, haven't we?
Have, and Samit Ozgen and Brock Nelson can battle up front, as those two are pretty out ahead of this pack in racing. We've got the of Alex Lozano, who is to track him down, as the pack is 3x3 throughout the entire thing, just about. The 55 of Dale Lightning tries to catch these guys, and Nelson's getting to the bottom. Nelson and Ozgen have been swapping the lead back and forth over the past few laps, and it looks like might see another lead change here.
Dale Lightning defending Scott's National Series champion. With the Arctic Racing Team, they swept the series championships one season ago. They 4 wide. Caden Biller, John Andrews in the middle, Thibodeau on the outside, Samadillo on the inside. But they've been able to make the 4 wide work pretty well with this new package. So we'll have to see how it goes as they continue down the back straightaway. Chase Harris is going to be on the outside of them now. Never mind. They're going to make a second row of 4 wide. This is the trouble spot that we've seen.
This ain't going to work,
This is not going to work. It didn't work either time in the duels. Is it going to work this time? They'll get one back to 3, and the other one... There they go, into the outside wall. Problems off of turn number 4, into the tri-oval. They're keeping it clean. Everybody's slowing up for the most part, but still... some cars involved. Kanan Biller, Will Parrish, saw John Andrews in that. He was right at the start. Mitchell Henderson's got a piece. And a few others. I think the Clash winner, Eric Monaco, won the New Smyrna Battle at the Beach. May have gotten a slight piece. Oh, Thibodeau's destroyed in the tied 32. Christopher Alpha B in the Spotify Chevrolet. He's got a big ton of damage on the front end of that car. He should be able to go on, though. Looks like Caleb Rose might have a little bit of damage to the rear. As far as, boy, Andrew Williams might be done. Look at that destruction on that number 50 Gander Outdoors Dodge Challenger. And looking through the... oh, Scott Upton, huge damage on the Verizon 78. Keegan Thompson, looks like he's going to be done. Chase Harris, big damage on the back end of the Valvoline Toyota. And that looks to be about it for as far as the extent of the damaged race cars here. So we're going to see some come down onto the pit road here. So a huge pileup coming out of turn number 4 here at Daytona to bring out the first caution of the race on lap 14 as we work the 15th lap of the event here. Cars damaged coming down onto the pit road. Mitchell Henderson, funnily enough, is going to stay out. Don't know how that's going to work out for him, but I guess we will see. But the field is in the hands of Dale Lightning, back for his first full season of Trinity River Cup competition since Season 2. Got a win in Season 2. He won the season finale at Chicagoland Speedway in one of the closest finishes we've seen. So he knows how to get up front and win races despite not winning a single race en route to his Scott's National Series championship 1 year ago. We'll have to see how this goes for him. Working the first caution of the race here at the Daytona International Speedway in the 4th annual Daytona 500. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring it out.
It's the classic struggle. 4 wide, 4 at Daytona, 5, the 81, 5, and the 32. It's John Andrews who comes down into Kanan Biller, and they come up the track, collect Jacob Thibodeau and Chase Harris. Nothing Harris could have done. And a couple more cars getting involved in this. I would be surprised at the good wreck avoidance by most of the field. There's the 84, Marty Sakala, going straight through the grass, and he comes back up on the apron, and he doesn't get any damage. It's the 50 car in Biller. And, wad of cars back here who get on the brakes. Seidel barely missing John Andrews. Job by a lot of these guys in the back, although some of them do a little bit of damage, but that could save their race. There's the pole sitter, Thomas Troxel. He ends up in this accident, so disappointment for that team. Yeah, just a mess coming off of turn 4, but that could have been a lot worse considering where it happened in the field. Did a great job avoiding making this into a really big pileup.
Well, 4 wide, don't work here. Well, kind of does, but not going to tri-oval. 32 on the outside, and a few cars on the inside, 05, 81 in the 5. Contact causes a big melee. You have one car going deep down through the grass, the ally car. Well, cars involved a lot. Not going to have time to go through, but Troxel, you failed me. Picked you to win? Well, looks like Alberta is a really superior province. Sorry, bud.
On board with defending series champion Trey Smith, as the carnage unfolds right in front of him coming out of turn number 4. Cars get together up front, 4 wide. It can work sometimes here as shown in the duels, but here in this case it just didn't work. We had 2 rows of 4 wide. There's Kanan Biller spinning. Jacob Thibodeau and Christopher Alphaby go up to the outside, and he's able to slow up just in time to avoid running into the 81 of Kanan Biller. And that brought out the caution here, hopefully the only one of the race. But anyway, the track is clear. We're good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Daytona. Alright, welcome back to your live picture here at the Daytona International Speedway, working the first caution of the race for a pileup involving a double 4 wide coming out of turn number 4. One group got out of it, the other didn't, and that sparked off an 8+ car pileup. We have 5 cars out of the race as a result. Keegan Thompson, Scott Upton, Andrew Williams, Christopher Alphaby, and Jacob Thibodeau out here in the early stages of the 4th Daytona 500. Dale Lightning, Brock Nelson, Alex Lozano, Nicholas Samadillo, and Samadowski in the top 5. Green flag is back in the air.
Jumping to the inside, that's Lozano being pushed by Oskin, trying to get to the 2nd place as Lightning got out to a big lead, but that's not exactly what you want here at Daytona because the pack eventually up on you.
They're starting to spread out a little more, and I'm not just talking about side by side. They're getting spread out front to rear because everybody jumped to the inside so quickly. It went 3 wide, and now they're trying to tandem back. Look at all that inside lane traffic trying to get back up to the front of the field.
No words can describe what just happened. Wow. Okay then, lads. Better than wrecking, I guess, ain't it?
That was a very strange restart.
Nelson got a massive run to the inside and is now alongside Dale Lightning. They're going to try and go 3 wide again.
3 wide's better than 4 wide, and Sam Oskin's going to bring the Spring Talladega winner, Ryan Durrani, right to the inside there in the All-Star Speed Team number 10, the Comfort Suites Chevrolet. A gap opening in the pack there. Sebastian Kukulon, Ethan Lewis side by side. But look at all this traffic here. As we see some slower cars there. John Andrews looks to be off the pace. He's doing 187. Everybody else seems to be well on the pace of the field up here, but they just lost a ton of ground navigating traffic on the restart. Everybody trying to get every piece of real estate they could. But John Andrews looks to be the only concern right now. We'll hopefully not have to worry about him for a while. Meantime, Brock Nelson and Dale Lightning have locked out the front 2 positions here. Nobody has gotten around them for about the last 3 laps now.
Dio is the one that's pushing 18 of Brock Nelson, and on the outside is the 24 of Elijah Gordon pushing 55 Dale Lightning. So those are the cars behind the leaders, and a mixture of different cars behind them as they're 3 wide, mostly 2 wide throughout this main track. You got a few stragglers after that, but comes Durrani trying to go to wide. That is the 4 of Lozano in the middle, the 52 of Ace Garcia up top. But still, it's been the 18 and the 55. They've been 2 of the fastest cars in the field. On to the top 2 spots right now. They are controlling the pack.
Certainly had the best positions on the restart, and they certainly nailed the setup here at the early point of the race. But here's another guy that's been fast so far in this one. Samad Oskin in the 83. You can't keep him out of the top 5 for long. And here he comes to the inside with a big push from Ryan Durrani, the man who was going horn to horn, if you will, with Brock Nelson on the inside, and he'll go for 2nd. And he's going to do more than that. He's going to go for the lead as the Gordon Lightning connection breaks up. And at the line, Oskin just nosed him out.
Looks like that Trinity River racing machine is pretty stout here today. Trying to keep clear of that 55 she need will, but the number 10 All-Star Speed Team entry, sponsored by Comfort Suites. That is cars are coming fast.
Paul-Antoine Sierre there, the Frenchman on the inside, pushing the 10 of Ryan Durrani there, being pushed by Kyle McLeese, Roberto Crown Jr., and Alex Lozano. But now Roberto Crown Jr. slips to the outside, and he'll be stuck in the sucker hole there, just in front of Priya McShane, just behind Nicholas Samadio in the 98 and the 0. That's not the order of the names, but, you know, you get the point. Ryan Durrani there on the inside in car number 10, being pushed by Sierre. Going for the race lead. Is he going to be there on the inside of Osgin? Yes, he will, rounding turn 1 and 2.
Is giving Durrani the push, and we'll see if Durrani is going to be able to get the lead away from Sam and Oskin, trying to wrestle it away from the cars that have been dominant in the early part of the race. We've got Sierre, we got McLeese, a couple cars we haven't really mentioned up till this point, as we're approaching halfway here at Daytona.
Durrani trying to get to the inside, but the push is just not there. The help is on the outside and in the middle with Sam and Oskin. He's trying to block 2 lanes at once, but the inside lane's starting to move a little bit again. Ryan Durrani trying to get there. Boy, Oskin got a huge run going into 1, but up ahead, Andrews just rounding out of turn 2. Looks like we might have to worry about him a little sooner than we thought we would.
Looks like it as Oskin continues to lead. Durrani's kind of losing that momentum on the bottom now. And they're going to catch the lap car here soon.
Oh, man, here we go.
Big problem.
Boy, Oskin got right to the inside. The front 6 stretch away. Samadio and Kyle McLeese going to be the next ones to get by. He'll go up to the outside, and John Andrews going to hold up the 05 of Alejandro Cruz. Ace Garcia's in that line, Blake Parker's in that line, William Brock, Priya McShane, Eric Monaco was for a second. Looks like Zeidel's going to get by, and it looks like, at least for the most part, everybody should be able to get by close enough to the car in front of them where they should be able to just draft up to the next car. Oh, but now Andrews is on the inside. Vargas is going to hop up to the outside. And I would assume that Caleb Rose is going to be able to, well, maybe not. I thought Rose was going to be able to get to the inside there to get around the 5 car of John Andrews, but not yet. Now he will or won't, still being held up by the JBL car.
Really broke up the pack, and the top 6 now all in one. And they might be able to collect themselves together in a big pack as the of Dale Lightning is there's McLeod Lozano leading in pack, and I do imagine that they are going to end up catching up to these top 6 actually.
Speed was 219 miles per hour for Kyle McLeese heading off into turn 3 that time. Samadio now to the inside of Alex Zano, and they have caught the front 6 once again here, the Daytona 500. Right now, Dale Lightning leads the way. It's Elijah Gordon versus Ryan Durrani for second, and Brock Nelson versus Sam Oskin for the 4th position. Samadio taking a charge on the inside of Paul-Antoine Sierre for the 5th position, and he's looking to do more than that if he could just get to the inside of Brock Nelson. Not going to be able to for the time being, but he'll stay pressed against the backside of that super cheap auto number 18.
Going to get to the inside of Elijah Gordon. He's going to peek and nose underneath. Been side by side for a couple laps now as Dale Lightning just is to walk amongst themselves. They are 3 wide now. That is the number 95 of Trey Wright going to the inside, and he's got a out from behind by the 27 of Roberto Crown Jr. behind him. Oh, he's going to lose that push momentarily. Oh, he's get one from the Lumen 6 Seidel.
Seidel, defending champion of the Bart Armor Cup Series, drove for my team last season, back in that series, but back with technically my team having a good run there, pushing the 85 machine currently.
Trey Wright in the 95, the big push there, trying to catch back up to the 59 of Kyle McLeese there, who's pushing the 98 of Samadio on the inside, trying to get a run here going out of turn 2. Dale Lightning has No help right now, but he'll move back up to the outside. He'll try to get some from Brock Nelson in the 18, but Sam Adio, half car length on the inside. He's going to try to go for it. Down out of turn number 4. This is where we usually see the run of the outside start to kick in once again, but no. This time, it's Mr. Edge with the edge at the line at lap 30.
How about Justin Zidell? Got to the inside of Trey Wright 3 wide. Now he's looking to the end of McLeese, although he wasn't quite able to get to it. The door on him, but he's been through the pack, and behind him is the outside pole sitter, 2 winner Equus, the number 54. And Zidell's looking to, again, that is trying to get the 3rd position, and the 54 is going to get shuffled up to the middle by the 05 of Alejandro Cruz, All-Star Speed Team 05.
And here comes the 43, the Shell V-Power Mustang of Mitchell Collins for the Fitzwater Collins entry, a team he co-owns now as part of a package deal with driving for the team. 3-time winner 1 season ago. Richmond in the 2nd race in the summer. He then backed it up with a win in the Body Armor 500K at Watkins Glen, and then capped it off with a win overseas at Twin Ring Motegi on the September 11th, the 20-year anniversary of the tragedies that happened in New York City. And what a beautiful tribute again before the race. But tremendous race, of course. Mitchell Collins ended up winning that one. Was not really up front until the end of all of those races, actually. So he's a quiet guy. He's not necessarily an opener, but he's definitely a closer here. And he hasn't been up front for much of this race, but here on lap 33, finally having a chance to march his way up through the field as side-by-side up front between Dale Lightning and Sam Adio once again. Justin Zidell, though, trying to get a run going in that 62.
Oh, but the 5, Cruz got to the inside of him. That's going to shuffle him into the middle.
Collins almost had a look there on the inside of the 05 machine will help him Lozano. Not thought better of it going down the tri-oval. Now, if Collins wanted to make a move right now, it would be the best time to do it. Put him 4 wide if he has to, try to get the lead.
2 wide up front now as Cruz gets to the race lead easily over Nicholas Samadio. Mitchell Collins now side by side with a 98, and they're 3 deep for 3 rows there behind the front 3 as Lozano's going to bring that 3 wide to the 2nd row, and he's going to try to get to the inside of Cruz, and looks like he's going to have a shot at taking this race lead away here out of turn 4. A big push from Sam Oskin and Paul Antoine there in the Logan Sports 7. And now Oskin's going to make a look to the race lead as it sounds like we've got some slow traffic ahead. John Andrews in the 5 again.
Not again.
But a smaller pack this time, so we'll see if they're able to work it out better here. Looking for some free real estate to wiggle out of here, and we'll see how it goes. It looks like, at least with a smaller pack, it goes well. It goes better this time. They have a smaller group to work with. So, Andrew, well, there's still going to be some that got held up. You know, that was kind of inevitable. But Mitchell Collins going to get held up. Ethan Lewis going to get by on the inside. Go to chase after Ace Garcia. We'll see here about the others. As Durrani still stuck behind the 5. Blake Parker there on the inside behind Trey Wright. Joey Hightower up on the outside there in the 2. And he's going to be the last one. He's going to go to the outside. It's kind of a weird line to take to get around a lap car, but oh well. I guess maybe he knows something we don't, but I don't know. He just looks like he cost himself a lot of time getting around the 5 of John Andrews. But joining back up for the lead as Samet Osgin, I think, took it. Oh, we've got a big pack here of slow cars here, going right at about 200 miles per hour, but these are cars that may have received some damage in the pileup earlier on. It's taken about 22 laps to get to them. But here we go. We're going to see how it goes. Samadeo on the inside of Biller. Osgen with him. Cruz, Zidell, and Nelson on the inside. And 3 wide to get around Chase Harris and Will Parrish. They're making it work so far, but you got to believe this is going to bring in the rest of the field here.
That was a blessing for the cars that got held up by the last lap cars. They're able to actually get through these guys, as Samadeo has already cleared the lap cars. They are going 3 wide in front of these guys, holding up everybody else. Be Cruz on the inside with Brown Jr. and Zidell, who I believe will be to break out of the pack if the 05 can peek to the inside of Chase Harris, which he's not able to do. Nicholas Samadeo has just gotten the biggest, freest lead of his life. We imagine as soon as go by, that lead is probably going to disappear fast because he's all by himself.
A sit and duck at 12 laps to go. But the field finally will get around the 23 of Chase Harris. And Cruz will get left immediately on the outside there by the 27 of Roberto Crown Jr. And here they come right to the inside of Nicholas Samadeo. Crown Jr. to the race lead with a push from a guy who's not been up front all race long, Justin Zidell in the 62, trying to stay there on the inside. He's going to take the air off the spoiler of the 27, and to the race lead goes the Pacific Hamel Racing entry of Justin Zidell.
Collins with help from Trey right there in the inside lane. They could potentially leave Zidell up on the outside lane. They will not. They'll go up to the middle of them. Garcia looks the inside Trey right now going to turn 1.
Trey Wright on the backside of the 43 of Collins slipping upwards, and now Wright will have a opportunity to look for the second position there as Garcia moves up to the outside. Elijah Gordon in the 24 with a push coming from Blake Parker, a rookie there in the 14, a couple of rookies there in behind. A 4-season veteran now, Trey Wright in the 95, who's only had 1 career win so far, but he finally broke out last season. He finally got that monkey off his back with a win in the 2nd Willow Springs International Raceway race in the second to last race of the season is now. How about this rookie? Elijah Gordon to the race lead here in the Daytona 500 as a pair of 3 wide going on here in the lead pack. Looking through the rest of the field here, everything looks to be okay. Everybody's still trying to get through the lap traffic. But up ahead, it's a couple of Chevrolets and a Ford Chevy side by side. Now it looks like the Ford of Ethan Lewis is going to have the advantage down low. Sam Oskin, Brock Nelson, Nicholas Samadeo coming with him. Hey, Samadeo fell out of the lead just a little bit ago. That just shows how quickly you can get back up to the front here at Daytona.
Here comes the 54 Lewis to the inside. A push from Sam Oskin. We know the 83 and the 18 behind him have been fast all day, and Samadeo's going to try and prove that again, as there was a bit of contact up on the outside lane between the and the 62, and there's some
dust, a little bit of dust being kicked up there as Braden Perez is going to come down to the inside, down to the pit road there in car 47. But up front, it's Brock Nelson in the 18 with a push from Cruz, and don't know what happened to the 47 of Perez. We'll take a look at him as he is on pit road now. Looks like he's just getting some service. He's going to come back off the pit road very slowly. Don't know why he went down to the pit road for. Obviously some issue on the 47. But that is a tough break for a guy who was already having a tough race already. That, I believe, is going to put him, well, he's already lost a lap. We'll see if it puts him down 2 laps. John Andrews just coming out of the trial. Well, speaking of 2 laps down, might have to deal with him at least one more time in the later stages of this race. But again, a small enough pack ought to mean that we might have an easier time getting around him this time, and hopefully, oh please, this should be the last time we have to worry about something like this.
Something happened in this pack.
As what in the world? Oh, Ace Garcia slow. Ace Garcia had a problem, and on the inside, is this going to bring a caution out? As he looks like he's going to come to a complete stop. No one around him, at least for now, but he's got cars coming right at him. 3 wide. Marty is just going to get by him as the lead field has caught John Andrews. No caution's going to come out. 4, 5, 6 cars get by. Sam Odoskin's looking to get picked up by Kyle McLeese. But now Andrews goes to the inside, and McLeese is going to push Nelson by on the outside line. That ended up being a terrible decision by Sam Odoskin.
Oskin just screwed the pooch on that one. He is probably out of contention to win this event.
They might, as far as the 3 here, they might have a chance to catch back up to Samadillo and Lewis, who are tandeming right now, trying to catch up with the rest of the field as they'll have to deal with Braden Perez. Elijah Gordon's going to get by. Sear is going to get by with Cruz, and that brings Samadillo and Lewis back into it as Roberto Crown Jr. almost cut them off there. How close is that?
Too close.
Very close, and Cruz is going to get to the inside of Sayre. We're going to get to 4 laps to go this time by. This is the closing laps of the race. If you want to make your move, you got to make it soon, as Samadillo is being put in the middle. And Lewis, as we've got about 8 cars still in contention for this race. Maybe a couple more can close in the previous pack, although it doesn't appear that's going to happen. I think that's of Blake Parker is going to get around the 47 of Perez, so it might be these 8 for the win here at Daytona.
We'll have to see here. 3.5 laps to go. This race has gone by so quick. Only 1 caution here in the 4th Daytona 500. It's been a fairly clean race otherwise, and not a whole lot of lap traffic to deal with. I know it seems like we've had a lot with how small the pack is, but it was a lot worse last season, trust me. But things have gone pretty well, all things considered, as it looks like we're going to have a 10-car battle for the race victory here in the 4th Daytona 500. And just past 3 laps to go now. Okay, just wanted to make sure we weren't going to have to worry about any more lap cars. They're all the way on the other side of the racetrack now, so hopefully it's something we don't have to worry about.
The Best Buy machine, Best Buy callers, look at the inside there of Ethan Lewis. I do not know that driver. Not going to look because he's way too intense.
Kyle McLeese in the 59, actually.
As 3 wide. And the number 7 Lidos machine.
Sear on the inside there in the 7 with Ethan Lewis in the middle. Elijah Gordon on the outside. 2 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. Again, 10 cars left to battle. Blake Parker, 3rd on the inside. Sam Odoskin in the 83. He's going to try to make it happen. 4th on the inside. See if he can mount a charge.
Counted Blake Parker out not too long ago, and yet here he is. Caught back up to the pack, and now he's in a pretty good position to win as the 7's trying to look 4 wide for the lead. Coming through, it's 3 and 4, but he wasn't able to get down there.
Thought better of it. Stayed on the inside. As Kyle McLeese is going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go in the Daytona 500. Kyle McLeese, rookie on the inside. Elijah Gordon, rookie on the outside. Ethan Lewis, veteran in the middle. Sears a rookie. Parker's a rookie on the inside. We'll have to see how this goes down here in this last 2.5 miles. Down the back straightaway. Headed down the long super stretch. Sear trying to mount a charge on the inside. Blake Parker there. They're going to be side by side. 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 for the 4th Daytona 500. 3 wide down to the checkered flag. On the outside comes Ethan Lewis. Ethan Lewis is going to win the Daytona 500. How about that on the outside? 0.03 of a second at the line with a big push from Elijah Gordon. How about that?
Man, oh man, what a race! What a finish!
Ethan Lewis is gonna have to owe Elijah Gordon one after that.
Absolutely. That is the
Started
second
outside
closest
pole.
finish, I believe, that we have seen in the Daytona 500 in the series thus far. Not quite as close as Season 1, which ended in a half car length margin with, of course, a package that was going 240 miles an hour, just the way everything was configured. But Ethan Lewis hangs on the outside, and the veteran bests the rookies here. In the last lap battle, McLeese got oh so close. Sear tried helping, but couldn't help enough to outlast Ethan Lewis. I had just about all but written him off in that final turn battle. I thought for sure McLeese was going to get by, but how about Ethan Lewis with his
The
second
outside
career
lane.
series win? And both of them coming at Daytona. If he was stoked to win the AutoNation 400 last June, imagine how ecstatic he's going to be after having just won the Daytona 500. 35 thousandths of a second. That is the third closest finish that we have had in anything here on this channel, if I'm not mistaken, since we've been keeping track of timing and scoring. Congratulations to Ethan Lewis. Kyle McLeese finishes second. Sear finishes in the third position there. Elijah Gordon fourth. Brock Nelson fifth. Then Blake Parker, Alejandro Cruz Jr., Sam Odoskin, Nicholas Samadio, and Roberto Crown Jr. round out the top 10 here at Daytona. Scrolling through the rest of the field here, the only 5 cars unable to finish were all eliminated from that incident on lap 14. And off the lead pace, Will Parrish, Stephen Colon, Chase Harris, Kanan Biller, those 4 were all in that big pack. Braden Perez had come down the pit road. John Andrews finishes 3 laps down after being off the pace since that incident. The fact that it was only 3 laps is a blessing in disguise that I had not made note of at all during that race. But Ace Garcia, whatever happened to him late, he finishes 4 laps off the pace in the 35th position. So, Brennan, we'll go ahead and start off with you. What are your thoughts on this year's Daytona 500?
That was a pretty good race. I would like more cars to be up there at the end, but the fact that we had an intact pack after all the lap car shenanigans in itself, the really good finish with the 3 wide, good racing. And Ethan Lewis, who won his duel, ends up winning the big race as well. How about that?
Well, I guess it's about as close as we could have expected somebody to go to sweeping the Speedweeks. He didn't win the Clash, but he won his duel and he won the 500. It looked like 1959 all over again with the car coming by on the outside, except in 59, the car on the outside didn't win the race. How about you, Derek? What do you got to say about this race?
Well, I've seen this finish before, and well, y'all in booth know what I'm talking about here. Outside lane, a driver on the outside winning Daytona the 500. This was an incredible race. Ethan Lewis, Monkey Racing, started outside pole, ended up getting the win somehow. I bet the Sooner boys gonna be dancing jig when he gets out of that car.
He is going to be ecstatic, and congratulations to the Monkey Racing team owner Diego Vasquez as well. That team's first points-paying entry in the series, and they're headed to victory lane here at the World Center of Racing. Both their cars actually finished in the top 20. Christian Vargas there, after a dismal season 1 season ago, he finishes in the top half of the field. That's got to be at least somewhat encouraging for the driver of that 46. But that's going to do it here at Daytona. Congratulations to Ethan Lewis for winning the 4th annual Daytona 500. My thanks to my colleagues for the broadcast today, Brennan Wilmington and Derek Hamill. That's going to do it here. We will see you in 1 week's time at the Auto Club Speedway for the Intuit 400 right here on the Trinity River Network. Y'all take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Welcome to the NOFSRL.